When people talk about China's rise as a global superpower, they usually mention the United States, Japan, or Europe. But there's one country that quietly played a massive role behind the scenes: Singapore. Yes, the small island nation with no natural resources, a tiny population, and strict laws helped shape the China we see today. And the ways it did so may surprise you. This is not a conspiracy. It's history. Singapore became China's development blueprint. In the late 1970s, China was poor, isolated, and struggling. Deng Xiaoping knew China needed reform, but he didn't want Western-style democracy. So where did China look? Not the US. Not Europe. China looked at Singapore. Singapore had achieved rapid economic growth, strong governance, social stability, and tight political control, exactly what China wanted. Deng Xiaoping famously said, "If Singapore can do it, why can't China?" Singapore showed China that economic freedom could exist without political chaos. This idea became the foundation of China's model: capitalism under firm state control. Training China's future leaders. One of the most shocking facts is how deeply Singapore trained Chinese officials. Since the 1990s, tens of thousands of Chinese government officials have been trained in Singapore. These officials learned urban planning, anti-corruption systems, housing policy, public administration, economic management. Singapore didn't just teach theory. It showed China how to run cities efficiently, manage land, control migration, and attract foreign investment. Many of these trained officials later became mayors, provincial leaders, and senior Communist Party members. In simple words, Singapore helped educate the people who would later run modern China. The Suzhou Industrial Park, China's first big experiment. In 1994, Singapore and China launched a massive project, Suzhou Industrial Park (SIP). This was more than a business zone. It was China's first large-scale experiment in modern industrial planning. Singapore designed everything: infrastructure, governance systems, investment rules, environmental standards. The project taught China how to attract multinational companies, build export-driven industrial zones, create investor confidence. Suzhou later became one of China's richest cities. Today, China has hundreds of industrial parks, all inspired by the Singapore model. Teaching China how to attract global investors. Before the 1980s, China didn't understand global capitalism. Singapore did. Singapore taught China how to welcome foreign companies, how to protect investors, how to build trust without democracy, how to create business-friendly authoritarianism. Chinese special economic zones, like Shenzhen, copied many policies from Singapore. Tax incentives, efficient bureaucracy, and strict law enforcement. Without this guidance, China's economic opening would have been slower and riskier. A neutral gateway between China and the West. During the Cold War, and even today, Singapore played a unique role. It was pro-business, politically stable, trusted by the West, friendly with China. This made Singapore a safe bridge between China and Western capital. Many Western companies entered China through Singapore. Many Chinese companies use Singapore as their global base. Singapore quietly became China's financial and diplomatic gateway to the world, showing China how to control society without collapse. This is controversial but true. Singapore showed China how strong laws can control society. Surveillance can maintain order. Media can be managed. Growth can reduce unrest. China didn't copy Singapore exactly. It scaled it up massively. But the core idea remained the same. Stability first, growth second, politics last. This philosophy helped China avoid the chaos that destroyed the Soviet Union. Even today, the connection is strong. Even now, Singapore remains one of China's largest foreign investors, key financial partners, trusted advisors. Major Chinese companies list on Singapore exchanges. Chinese elites still send their children to study there. China still studies Singapore's housing and urban systems. Despite global tensions, Singapore continues to balance between China and the West. Quietly, strategically, and effectively. Singapore didn't make China powerful alone. But without Singapore, China's rise would have looked very different. Singapore proved that a small country can shape a giant. Ideas matter more than size. Smart governance can change history. While the world focuses on superpowers clashing, the real story is how a tiny island nation helped design the rise of a global giant, silently, efficiently, and shockingly. If you found this eye-opening, like the video, subscribe for more hidden stories behind global power shifts, and tell us in the comments. Did you know Singapore played such a huge role in China's rise?